Field of view is something Fortnite desperately needs. There's other games like Call of Duty and Apex that have them. You know, there's probably a few other games, but I don't really play them. But field of view is something that's so important to a game. Like in Fortnite, I always feel like I'm too close to everything, and it's like I'm driving a car. It feels like I'm too close to my screen when I'm not close at all. You know, I feel like the field of view in Fortnite makes me feel cramped personally, and I don't like that feeling, and it screws with the way I have a feel for the game. Being able to adjust it would be perfect, you know. Like I said, Call of Duty, Apex, Rocket League, they all have them. Why can't Fortnite? Okay, and double movement is something that, well, every Fortnite player should have, but keyboard and mouse players don't have it in Battle Royale without having to download a third-party software, which I don't think that's really fair, to be honest with you. We shouldn't have to download a third-party software. It should all be banned, and I feel like that would fix the problem with Zenning as well. If any third-party software could be banned, it would fix the game a little bit more. But mainly the double movements, it's like you have it to save the world, but you don't have it in Battle Royale. And something that's really been bugging probably a few other people since it came out in the release of it would be crouch delay. It is so annoying having crouch delay. Like, you press crouch and then it crouches. Press crouch and then it crouches. And like it screws with like the timing or something. Oh, then it crouches. Then it crouches. You almost have to like pre-crouch before you do something, and it's just really annoying. I think that needs to change. There either needs to be a different button, or they really need to work on something that changes the crouch button. It only started happening when sliding came out. Like, it's respectful and all, but like, get rid of the crouch delay. It's really annoying. It gives the option to rebind it. I know controller players can't really do anything about it, but that's kind of their issue for choosing to play on a controller. Just saying. Give us the option to change the button, please. The ability to switch from left-hand peek to right-hand peek. Be able to switch from a left-hand peek if you wanted to. And here's another really cool thing that Fortnite could add. Instead of adding like different types of weapons, you know, you got your automatic, your burst, and then the infantry rifle, which is a single shot. You should be able to change guns, like the fire rate of each gun. So if you don't want to work with a burst with the AUG, you could change it to a tap fire, or you could change it to fully automatic. And like weapon attachments, you know, if you don't want to use this piece of shit, you should be able to add a you know, a red dot on it. Or if you don't like this red dot and you want it to be like this, you should be able to take it off or add a red dot onto this. Weapon attachments and the ability to switch fire rates without having to pick up different guns would be really cool. I also think it's time to Unbolt Traps. They've been gone for way too long, and they were vaulted like a month before I switched to mouse and keyboard, so I didn't even get the full feel of the traps, because I used to play on controller, and I sucked when I played on console. The moment I started getting good, everyone started getting good, traps were gone, you know? I just think that you shouldn't be able to turbo build into that, but I think it's time to make traps come back, because I am so sick of people just... and you're dead, especially with these controller players, man. It's not fun. It's not fun. Bring traps back so you can stop the brain dead plays. But here's the reason why traps were probably vaulted anyways. Watch. Oh no, I did that wrong. That's why. You just pull the trap out. You have a floor above there. Pull the trap out. Edit, so boom. Reset. See, they can fix that. They just don't want to. But that's probably the reason why they were vaulted to begin with. That and the porta potties and trash cans and whatnot. But it's time for them to come back. And another thing that I really hate is the in-game music. Like, nothing almost is worse other than the AIs in this in-game music. Like, you can't hear anything. It's stressing people out. I think it's uncalled for. Boss music, you should be able to turn that off without it affecting your emote music, you know? But you can't. And I'm pretty sure I speak for the majority of the Fortnite player base when I talk about this. The inventory. When you open it, you used to be able to close it just by moving. That needs to come back. I hate the fact that it stays open and you can move with it. There's so many times where I'm trying to switch my inventory, someone comes out of nowhere and I'm trying to do stuff and I accidentally drop something and it won't exit. Like, it's a stupid thing, and I don't know why they changed it, you know? Do not know why they changed it, and they need to bring it back, revert it, so you can move and my inventory closes. And another thing would be ping cap. I believe Fortnite really needs a ping cap. 15 to 25. You know, nobody should be able to get lower pings than that, in my opinion. Like, I'm in Battle Lab with nobody even around, and I'm averaging 28 to 30 ping, right? I play in-game, and it depends on the server, really, but the lowest ping I ever get, I'd say would be like 17. And the highest ping I get is like almost 60 some days. It depends how many people are playing. But I like 43, 45 ping, you know, 59, 60, you know, it jumps up. I'm in Battle Lab. And so, just that being said, I really believe that this game needs a ping cap. I prefer it to be like 20, 25, but 15 to 25 seems fair. I also think in certain situations, you should be able to make your character see-through, like opacity. For like box fighting or whenever, it should just be able to make your player see-through on your screen, so you can see characters like blocking half the screen. You can't really see anything, especially if you're box fighting. If I could see through my character, it would be a lot better, especially if like you do like that, somebody breaks, you know, you can't really see anything because there's a slight smoke. Well, usually it's wood. But if you could have like a player opacity and make it so you can see through your own character, I think that would be really cool. And custom crosshairs would be fantastic. It's something that we've been asking for a long time now, and we just haven't got it for whatever reason. I don't know. But look, there's so much empty space. It could be here. Along with the custom crosshairs, I was going to say have different wraps for, like, for example, there are 3 types of different SMGs, right? So we should have 3 different types of wrap ideas. Like, you got the Stinger, you got the Combat, you know, if the P90 was in there, we could have the TAC SMG. There's so many different SMG variants, but we can only put 1 wrap on each and every gun type thing, right? Same thing with shotguns. It would be cool if you could have the striker pump this, and then you could have the pump, a different one, or then the ranger, a different one, and then same thing with ARs, vehicles. But the thing I was getting with that is, you know, it stays like that. Even if you die and someone else picks up your weapon, they're going to pick up your weapon with that wrap on it, and it would have a little bit more value to wraps, because you can barely see it as it is, and every time you pick up a new weapon, you're going to have your wrap on it, right? So I think it would be pretty cool to have wraps just stay on that specific gun, and when you pick it up after eliminating somebody, you get their wrap. I think that would be really cool. Like I said, it would add value to the wraps, because right now nobody gives a shit about wraps because you can't even see them. And player builds. So, you ever feel like sometimes they're a little too bright? And, like, notice how they're slightly blue, right? Sun's coming up, you know, it's getting pretty bright, and it's white and blue, you know. You can't really see sometimes if it's a pre-edit. I know sometimes I think I built something, and since it's so bright out, everything looks the same, and the pre-edit looks like you just freshly built a wall. It's really bright, especially with the sun. My suggestion would be to let us change the color of these, you know. I'd pick like a light red, maybe a yellow, you know, a purple tint. Anything but blue. There's so much blue in this map. Like, just check out how blue this is. It's just, I don't know. I feel like more customizability would be perfect. That way, if this is like red or something, or a different color, I know for a fact it's not good. Plus, I think it would look cool. Really cool. Just a thought. Another thing that would be cool that this game would have, just like a ping button. Like, if you ping an enemy, it should show them, like, it should mark them. I think that'd be really cool. You see, like, oh, enemy over here, and your teammate's like, where? You mark them, it shows them on the minimap for a second. I think that would be really cool. Attack, I lost. I feel like proximity chat would be a really fun feature too, except like have certain steps toward it, like having your account 2FA, making sure that you're at least 16 or 18 years of age, so you don't get all butthurt from proximity chat. You know, gotta be a little bit mature for it. But I think it would be really fun for proximity chat. You know, you have an enemy over there. You know, you could just be like, "Oh, what's up, buddy? I see ya." Type thing, and they'll be like, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't box me!" You know, I just think it would be fun and funny. Vice versa, you know, I'm getting my ass kicked by somebody, I'd be like, "Fuck," fucking sweat, and then all of a sudden you start talking back, you know, you get in people's head instead of like getting people's heads by building a lot. You could just be like, "Oh, you know, you kind of suck." Type thing, you know, getting people's head that way. You're like, "Oh, you can't get me. Oh, you missed your shot," type thing. Hit your shot, bud. I think it would be really cool, really funny. But of course, you need to be mature in how to handle proximity chat. I think it would be really funny to talk against somebody that you're build fighting. It'd be really, really funny. Another thing Fortnite really, really needs is a proper ranking system. You know, you have all these people with really high scores, but they're going against people like me who barely play arena. Like, how do I do this? For me, example, I've been barely playing arena this season because it kind of sucks, and I've also been playing other games like Valorant and whatnot, but I just don't feel a point in playing arena in Fortnite because the ranking system sucks, and you're always against people that are not your skill level, whether they're way better than you or whether, you know, they suck and you're way better than them. There's games out there, Valorant, Rocket League, League of Legends. There's so many games with a proper game ranking system. Apex. Fortnite could have that, but they just choose not to put any time into it. Another thing would be, you know, solo, duo, trios. I don't feel like your points from being a solo player should contribute to a trio. You know, the points you make on solo queue-ups should stay with solo queue-ups. You could have 12,000 points in solo, but have 200 points in trio. It's another thing that, like, the arena hype leaderboard is kind of bullshit in its own sense because trios are the best way to gain points, and people like me have no one to play with, and therefore solos are boring. You don't have nothing to grind for because everyone's going to beat you anyways because they're all playing trios. So I think dividing it, solo, duo, trios, having their own point system would be great, and also would work better for, you know, the solo cash cups, the trio cash cups. So you can't just play in all of them because you have a certain amount of points from just playing trio. You know, if you want to play in the solo hype cup or the solo cash cup, you got to have a certain amount of solo points. Same thing with trios. If you want to play in the trio, you have to play trio arena and get trio points. I think that'd be awesome because, like I said, there's some people who don't have anyone to play with. And also, with, I feel like there should be more customizable things. Like, for example, like, take Sky's hat, you can take that off, and then you can put it on Rick. See, it would be really funny, and it would create a lot more varieties. Or like, take somebody's shoes off, for example. Can't really see. You could take her flip-flops off, and then you could put them on Santa. It would look really funny, and it would make people laugh, you know? Just things like that, instead of just back blings and pickaxes. You know, it'd be hats, shoes, like Aura's necklace type thing, right? Take that off, and then you put it on the elf, or replace with the scarf type thing, right? Or, you know, have like the hot dog necklace on Beef Boss type thing, right? It would be hilarious to have all these varieties and combinations.